How do you feel about the quality of education here at Southeastern?
I think that for my experience, it's really for the animation department that I'm in. I'm a new media and animation student, so we don't have a lot of, I guess, time and money to really like fully advance in a certain area. So in that case, I feel like I am going to be going out into the world and graduating, and I'm going to have like a very minimal amount of knowledge on my own major.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that, I feel like that's a low quality, educational experience. But with my other classes, like general courses, like history and stuff like that, I feel like I really enjoyed those classes and I really learned from it, and I have been able to apply it to my major. So.
Right on. How have the budget cuts here at school affected you?
That really affected me because a lot of the art professors, a lot of them had to leave because of just, their pay being cut. And so really, like, great quality professors are leaving the departments, and I feel like in my department, we have to, like, scramble and find a new professor who is inexperienced or who doesn't really care about the job or care about the students, and it really just lessens the experience, like quality of the experience of being there and also learning.
Right.
And so that really affected me in that way. And also, like, losing them right before I'm about to graduate, and so, like, really the really big projects that I have to work on, I'm working on with new professors that
Right.
I'm not comfortable with, and so it's hard to deal with that.
Definitely. You haven't had to take out a loan or anything like that because of the increase in intuition?
No.
Not tuition, not intuition.
No, I haven't had to do that. I applied for scholarships, like, I don't know, like probably like freshman, sophomore year, like art scholarships, and I've been going on that, and also I have TOPS, so with those scholarships and all of that, I haven't been able to really, like, I haven't had to pay for tuition, really, just because I was, I had really great grades, and so, like, I was on the progression scholarship, and that really helped, so I wasn't really affected.
How do you feel about parking here on campus?
Well, right now I'm really upset because there's, like, the new turf for the football field, and it's on the art department parking lot, and that's okay, like, that's fine with, okay, that's a different subject. It's kind of a different subject.
That's completely relevant.
Okay, well, it's on the art department parking lot, and I thought they were going to be doing it during, like, the semester break. They were going to be putting in the new turf for the new football field, which I don't really understand why we need a new turf. But anyway, so it's on the parking lot, and so that affects parking, and that also affects that going in that way to my art classes, because I have to take a new route because they block that off. And so I can't, I can't go the same route anymore. I have to do a different route, and it takes a lot longer to get to classes. And I feel like a lot of, like, things that could have been done over the weekend, like construction, I feel like that stuff like that really hinders parking, and they could have done it, like, at a different time or during the holidays. Like, small things like that obstruct, parking spaces, and I feel like it's already hard to find parking spaces, so
Right.
it's kind of just, I feel like it's unnecessary to do that.
So, would you have any proposals for how to maybe go about those processes differently, or make parking better in general, or?
really think that I really wouldn't know how they would, like, make more parking spots, like where they would do that or anything like that, but with construction, I wish that they would do that over the weekend or, like, during a holiday.
Or consult y'all.
And also tell
Right.
us what's happening beforehand.
Jeez.
That would be nice. And also the reason why they're doing it, instead of just kind of doing it and then expecting everyone to move and, you know, and all of that. It's just, I wish they would just inform us or send out a mass email about it.
Definitely. I don't know if we covered. No, we didn't cover this. Okay, are you able to find a job right now?
Yeah, I mean, I have a job at the school. I'm working at the Center for Faculty Excellence. and I'm doing video work, which applies to my major. I know that if I didn't have this job on campus, or if I didn't have connections, there'd probably be no way of me finding a job in like less than a month, because jobs are really scarce in Hammond just because of college students. You know, all of them taking the jobs, staying at the jobs. There needs to be like less quality workers so that they just routinely, you know, seasonally get them, and then like other new people come in. But I guess people are better these days.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm lucky I have a job at the school, and it's a really great job.
So you do get the feeling that businesses aren't hiring. There's kind of a freeze a little bit.
Yeah.
At least in Hammond.
Yeah. I feel like there is. It's always. It seems like it's always, who do you know? You know, it's always that. At least in my experience with Hammond. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Cool. Have you been able to find affordable housing?
I live with my parents, and I was always told never get an apartment that if the rent is not something that you could pay in a week's salary or a week's pay. And I've never really been able to find that, so
Right.
I've just decided to stay at home. And I have very awesome parents that let me do that. And I don't want to take out a student loan because I feel like I don't want to be already in debt before I get
Right.
to like a really nice job. So I think that, no, it isn't affordable for me. That's why I'm living at home.
Right. And have you been able to find affordable medical care if you need it?
I'm on my parents' medical insurance.
Again. That's really nice, though.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
How would you feel about a universal healthcare system?
I don't know if it would work, and I just don't know if it would work. I know that certain, like, healthcare being provided by the government and just, like, generally having that option, I feel like that's great, but I don't know if it would work in such a big country. Like, I know it's universal, and that's why, even just in a country, I don't even know, like, I feel like we'd just go bankrupt. I just feel like something would go wrong. I mean, if it could work, you know, and if it would, I would love that. I'd love everyone to have health care, and
So would it you think it would work if they did it kind of by state or something like that?
in a smaller area, my assumption is that would be a lot better than like a whole country. I feel like if it's a small country, it would work, but if it's like the United States, it's like really big, and I don't know if that'd be efficient to have something that big.
Right.
And going in, you know, just to be in a general area, I feel like also just get out of hand, and I guess the people's needs wouldn't be met even if you have this universal health care, because it's just, who are you going to talk to? You're going to talk to the government of the United States, or you're going to talk to a state official, or, you know, I feel
Right.
like states would be better than a whole country.
Right. So it's kind of the bureaucracy of the entire United States, the enormous bureaucracy that would ensue. Is that what you're saying? That would be where the difficulty would arise?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know. And from what I've been educated on, and I live in a household where they're very conservative and you know, they're Republicans.
Right.
And so I'm knowledgeable of that side of saying that it wouldn't work.
Right.
And saying that because our country is so big that it wouldn't work. And I'm not very knowledgeable on the other side of that, saying, yes, it would work, and this is the reasons why.
Okay.
So, I don't really know. I don't want to say,
right.
it is this and it's not
right.
this.
Totally.
So.
How has the state of the economy affected you?
I'm moving when I graduate. I wanna move. You mean like in this state, or just like United States?
I guess in this state, maybe, since this is where you're at.
I mean, I'm not really, I don't feel like right now I'm not very affected because I'm under my parents' insurance.
Right.
I'm under their household, and so I'm still, like, being taken care of. I'm still dependent.
Right.
And so once I get out of that, you can ask me then, because like, I don't really,
right,
I'm not really affected as much as like a lot of college students are who are living on their own.
Yeah. Definitely. To what causes would you attribute the state of the economy?
I have no idea.
It's okay, you can pass it if you want.
Pass.
Pass, there
I have
you
no
go.
idea.
You're an art major, right? Okay. This is one that I really like asking, but I haven't been asking. What is the importance of art to society, or like what is its role for society? I'm sorry, it's a really big question.
It is a really big question, and I've been asking myself that, like, you know, like, what is it going to do for other people? I'd say, and I think I actually did a speech on this in communications. Thanks, you know, general classes I have to take to graduate. I think that art contributes to, it touches different people's lives, that inspires them to do something out of routine. For example, I'd say there's this one artist, Andrea Zattel. She does this work where she kind of explores compartmentalization with, she used to grow up living in an RV. And so everything was like shelves and like everything, you know, had its different compartments, and it was simplified. And so her work, she explores that, and I feel like I could see that in the future. You know, our tendency is to simplify, to make things like clean and sleek, and even if it's like easily broken, you know, like iPads and different stuff like that.
Right.
It's kind of exploring what we could see in the future, and I feel like that's what art kind of does. It goes beyond what's happening now. It tries to look at what's beyond that. What are the limits?